What if the scariest horror movies you've ever seen were not fiction, but based on real, terrifying experiences? What if the paranormal events shown on screen were only a glimpse of what truly happened in the shadows of a secluded farmhouse? Tonight, we take you deep into one of the most unsettling and infamous hauntings in American history, the chilling case of the Perron family. This isn't just the inspiration behind a Hollywood film. This is a true story, documented, witnessed, and investigated. This is the haunting of the Perron family, the real tale that gave rise to the Conjuring. In this feature-length exploration, we'll uncover the terrifying events that plagued the Perron family in their Rhode Island farmhouse, the spirits that refused to leave, and the involvement of famous paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. We will examine the origins of the haunting, the personalities of the entities involved, and the long-term effects on the family who lived through it. So turn down the lights, sit back, and prepare for a journey through fear, history, and the unexplainable. This is a story not of fiction, but of horrifying truth. The move into darkness. The year was 1971. Roger and Carolyn Perron, along with their 5 daughters, Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Cindy, and April, moved into a 200-acre farmhouse known as the Arnold Estate, located in Harrisville, Rhode Island. It was meant to be a dream home, a peaceful escape into the countryside. But from the very first day, the family sensed that something was off. At first, it was subtle. The girls noticed small things moving on their own. Carolyn heard faint whispers with no source. Lights flickered without cause. But soon, the disturbances grew more aggressive. Doors slammed shut. Objects were thrown across the room. Disembodied voices filled the air. The Perron girls began seeing ghostly figures, some harmless, others threatening. One spirit in particular stood out. A malevolent force. Dark. Intimidating. Angry. It made its presence known through cold spots, rancid smells, and violent energy. Who was Bathsheba Sherman? As the haunting intensified, Carolyn began researching the history of the property. She discovered that the farmhouse had been in the same family for 8 generations, and many had met tragic ends. But one name stood out above the rest: Bathsheba Sherman. Bathsheba was a woman rumored to have been involved in witchcraft. According to legend, she sacrificed her infant son to the devil and cursed anyone who would live on her land. Whether or not these stories are true, what is certain is that her presence dominated the house. The Perrons believed Bathsheba was the dark entity tormenting them. Carolyn became the main target of this spirit. She was slapped, pinched, pushed. She experienced mysterious wounds. She would often awaken at 5:15 a.m., the same time Bathsheba allegedly died. Whatever was haunting the house had attached itself to her. The Warrens get involved. Out of desperation, the Perrons contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned paranormal investigators. The Warrens had handled many frightening cases, but this one was different. It was dangerous. Lorraine, a clairvoyant, immediately sensed the evil in the home. She believed that Bathsheba's spirit had claimed the house as her own, and she wasn't about to let anyone else live there peacefully. The Warrens began their investigation, documenting everything. A séance was held to communicate with the spirits and to try to banish the darkness. But it backfired. Carolyn became possessed, speaking in tongues, levitating, and contorting her body in unnatural ways. Roger Perron, fearful for his wife's life, demanded that the Warrens leave. Living with the haunting. Despite the failed exorcism attempt, the Perrons had no choice but to remain in the house for several more years. Financial constraints kept them there. The family adapted to living with spirits, some they considered benign, even helpful. But the shadow of Bathsheba loomed always. Andrea Perron, the eldest daughter, later described in great detail the horrors of their years in that house. She claimed that what was shown in The Conjuring was only a fraction of the truth, a filtered version that left out the most disturbing parts. They eventually moved out, but the trauma never truly left them. Their story became a foundational case in paranormal investigation and has continued to fascinate and horrify believers and skeptics alike. Debates, doubts, and legacy. Not everyone believes the Perron story. Some skeptics argue that their experiences were exaggerated or misunderstood psychological phenomena. Others claim the Warrens sensationalized the events for fame. But the sheer consistency of the accounts, the physical evidence documented, and the lasting emotional damage endured by the family make it difficult to dismiss entirely. The Perrons didn't ask for fame. They lived through something they could never fully explain. The house still stands today. New owners report peacefulness, while others who visited claim to have experienced strange occurrences. The story of the Perron family continues to be a chilling reminder that not all things can be explained. As we close this deep exploration into the haunting of the Perron family, ask yourself, if spirits do exist, can they truly attach themselves to a place? Or even worse, to a person? Was Bathsheba Sherman a misunderstood woman or a vessel of evil? Can a house retain pain, fear, and suffering like a memory trapped in time? Or did the Perrons simply become victims of their own fears? Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you believe the Perrons were truly haunted? Or do you think there's another explanation? Make sure to like this video if you found it intriguing, subscribe to the Grim Tapes for more real horror investigations, and hit the bell so you never miss another chilling story. Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of the most terrifying real-life hauntings ever recorded.